no food in my hand and literally just guiding him with the action. Okay. And remember, we're saying okay, moving backwards, and then going after our food, since we're not using in the luring. Okay, good boy. So I want you to keep working on this. I also want to know when you say he will not go up there without food. Okay, if you're making those motions, those actions still with your hand, because he recognizes that as having food. So we're kind of using that to symbolize, right? That's a distraction technique. Google. Good. Okay. Okay, good. So you'll see I'll do a bunch of these first. And if you need to start out by luring him with food and then okay, and then switch to not having food, then just do like 2 or 3 reps with food in your hand, and then try to do it without it. Again, he's just following that motion. Dogs like motion. They want to follow that motion, so I'm just directing him with my body language. Okay. Okay. No. Okay. Obviously, he knows I have food, so in a lot of these exercises we do, oh, it's finding all the snacks. In a lot of these exercises we do with conditioning these words, good. Okay. Once you start phasing out the food, so don't start doing this yet, but once you start doing that, we can do that because he's responding to the word and he's responding to the anticipation of you giving him that reward. Okay, because he knows in the past that you have during this exercise, right? So that's what we're doing when we are not feeding immediately, is we are building that hope, right? We're building that anticipation of the reward in the future because we're showing him that we have it. He knows I have it. He's got one stuck in his tooth. Google. You did it? Oh, still working on it. Oops. All right, you done? Did you get it? Okay. Good. Okay. Made it. Google. Place. Good. Okay. So, Google. Place. Okay. Try a couple waiting. Now that I've done a couple reps of that, I'll just stop and see if he's gonna offer it to me today. Use your body language, your spatial pressure. He's looking at my hands, right? Because he's used to that being where the reward comes from. No. Sniffing my treat pockets. Good. Okay, so we are introducing, which he already knows, obviously, good as a marker word, but just to give you the details, this is a duration marker. So whereas the okay is a terminal marker, which means a release word, the good, so the okay, the release word means come to me and get food, right? And that's where the motion is, you're making the motion, the dog is coming to you for that reward. Good, or duration marker, means I like what you're doing, keep doing it, I'm gonna bring food to you. And so that's how we start building duration in place, is by marking it good. So, elbows, still hovering. Good. So I'm gonna give him one good for staying there, mark it good, so he knows I like this, stay doing this, and then, okay, the release. And then how you build that duration, Google. Good. So then the next time, good. The next time, you do it twice. Good. And then release him. Okay. Yeah. So it's literally baby steps, right? It's and once we start moving around the cot, that is also baby steps. You're gonna take one step at a time and then reward him for staying. We're not getting into that yet, but we can start building this duration in, even if he's being a punk and not offering it to us yet. Good. Good. Google, okay. Oh boy. Google. Good. Good. Google, okay. So even if you're still having to lure him, I do want you to try to do it without food. And again, just use big movements. You're making that swooping movement of the arm and down. Because see, he's gonna follow movement, so be exaggerated, be animated, because again, you're trying to make yourself the most interesting thing in the room. Good. So that he looks to you for guidance, looks to you for direction. Good. So keep trying with that, but then you can start building in, good, this duration marker as well. Google, okay, good.